Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Witch. So, I've been hearing huge buzz about The Witch ever since it debuted at Sundance last year and made its way through the circuits and has been gearing up for release. And I'm so glad that A24 changed its mind and decided to go with a full-on wide theatrical release, because this is a really good movie. So I'm a huge horror fan. I get burned time and time again because, let's face it, the majority of horror films aren't very good. But when you get those good ones, they're just such a fun, great experience. And The Witch is a good horror film. Now, it encompasses pretty much everything I personally ask for from a scary movie. I want great atmosphere, and The Witch just provides that in spades. I mean, you are left in this tension, grimy, very, unsettling atmosphere from the very start of the film, from the very first frame, clear through to the very last frame. You're never able to just kind of rest into the film or feel comfortable because it just creates such a creepy, unsettling atmosphere, and that's wonderful. Also, the premise is just creepy in of itself. The setting, super creepy. I mean, anything set back in colonial days is a little bit creepy. And it keeps you guessing. You're not really positive on which way it's going to end up turning or which way it's going to really go until it shows its full hand. Also, the acting performances were really, really solid from everyone. The children, the adults, everyone in between just did a very wonderful job at selling the role they were supposed to sell. You completely believed them as this family, and they sold the horror scenes amazingly well as well. Now, I'm going to put a huge disclaimer on this film because as much as I enjoyed it and as much as I want to recommend it to everyone, this film is not for everyone. If you are a fan of new style horror, if you like the big jumps and the constant scares, you're going to find this movie boring. Just simple as that. It's flat out honest. You're going to find it boring because it's not that kind of movie. There aren't jump scares, I don't think, anywhere in this film. It relies more on imagery and atmosphere than anything to get the scares across. Also, if you're not a fan of things like Shakespeare or other old English-styled dialogue in films and books, you're not going to like this movie either because clearly they speak in very much old English. So I will even admit, sometimes it's hard to understand them. I think that's a mixture of the sound quality, if we're being honest, isn't all that fantastic, and their accents mixed with the thous and thys and these and so on and so forth can make it a little bit difficult to understand what actually is coming out of the mouth, especially the dad. He had kind of a mumbly voice, and sometimes it was a bit of a task to really focus in on what was coming out of his mouth. So I don't think everyone is going to enjoy this as much as I did. And even I had a couple of problems with the film in general. One I just mentioned, I don't think the sound quality was that great. It was okay for the music, again, the creepy, really tense and high-strung music was fantastic and really helped create that atmosphere. But for the characters and the dialogue, it all just came off a little bit mumbled and distant. Also, there's one scene in the movie that is very much like a possession scene, and it seemed very much like a possession scene that didn't quite work for me. Aspects of it did, just kind of the premise was oversold, and it was a little bit over and in your face, and didn't seem to fit quite within the film. And in the end, we were left with a few unsettled ties. There were a few just up in the air mysteries that you kind of relax. Wait, what happened here? Where did this storyline end up? But really, those are just minor complaints because, again, I really enjoyed the movie. I loved the arc it took you on. It did complete the main story very well. And our main character had a very realistic and really well realized arc to her character's story. However, there is one part at the end that I'm not going to speak on because, A, that would be a spoiler, but it was just so on the nose, so obvious, and so overt what one of the characters was saying that I cringed. I can't go any further, but there was one other part. But mostly, I definitely recommend seeing The Witch. And I recommend it at a full price ticket, again, for this atmosphere. You need to go in the dark, for one. But it is a very quality film that deserves a chance. So, that has been my review of The Witch. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Witch? And what is your favorite horror film? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!